Hey guys, and welcome to my Soul Sword deck profile. So I have no idea how to say this, so I'm just gonna call it Soul Sword, which is the OCG name. So basically I have combos for this at the end of the deck profile, so make sure you check those out. And this is updated after the second OCG format, and they have made some changes to this deck because the format has changed a bit and people are playing this deck more, and it is the best deck in the OCG right now. So that probably means it's going to be good in the TCG as well. And this deck also has the most representation in the OCG format at the moment. So this deck is a very solid pick for the metagame in the coming formats. So yeah, and this deck is a synchro deck that revolves around tokens. So token collector was a huge problem for this deck, but now there have been made some techs that are actually good against token collector. So basically I have the combo for that at the end of the deck profile, so make sure to check that out. And yeah, let's just get into the deck profile. So basically you have the new Ecclesia monster, which can summon any of your Soul Sword monsters from your deck. So that is very good, and it's one of your main starters, and you want to see that card in your hand all the time. So you definitely need to play 3 of that. And then you play 3 copies of every single Soul Sword monster except for the, I think it was like the Grand Beast or something. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know what it's called, but you don't play that one, you play every single one other than that because you need them in your deck as like just Soul Sword names. And they're all of them are really good except for that one Soul Sword monster. So all of them are great, and that's basically all you have for your entire engine. And then you play 3 of your Dragon Sword Appears, which searches any Soul Sword monster from your deck, and 2 Spiritual Peak, which is like a in-theme monster reborn. And you play 3 copies of Sudden Shift, which is the trap, and it's 2 pops and can be searched as well. So that's basically your Soul Sword engine. The rest of the deck is just hand traps, removal cards, and just draw engine, like talents. And it also helps you play through token collector. So you're also playing some other techs like Zeus and Baguska, which I'll explain later in the combo. And Baguska is actually great for playing against token collector, and so is Instant Fusion because you can just summon the Magic Key level 5 Synchro Fusion. So it's a tuner, so you can basically just use that and one of your level 4 Soul Sword monsters to go directly into your Grand Swordmaster, which is the level 8 Synchro and can search. So that's really great. And Solemn Strike is also amazing in this deck because it just ends the chain if you set it down. So that's amazing as well because it's a counter trap. And that's basically the deck profile. I'll leave a link to the deck profile in the description so you can read every card if you're not familiar with these cards. And yeah, let's get into the combos next. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more Soul Sword content, and it's a great way to support the channel. This is basically how you would start your combo. It's very easy to combo with this deck because it's just so linear and anybody can get the hang of this. So with any hand you can easily end on your Grand Swordmaster, which is a negate, and your Baroncess, which is an Omni negate, and it also serves as follow-up. So it's very easy to combo with less resources, and you usually have more cards in your hand and graveyard as follow-up. For example, here I have hand traps and Gamma is still in hand, so if my Ecclesia were to get negated, I could have just used Gamma, and that would have got me an extra negate. So that's the great thing about this deck. It can combo with less resources, and it has tons of follow-up for next turn where you can just OTK with Grand Duke. So that's what's great about this deck in general. Here's another example where you end on a similar end board, and in this case you're not going to get the Sudden Shift, which is like 2 extra pops, but you still have 2 Solemn Strikes in hand plus an Ash Blossom, so that's pretty much like really good, especially because Solemn Strike is just such a powerful card, being able to negate monster effects and just ending the chain. So if you don't have your Sudden Shift, it's fine, and usually just a board like this is enough to just win you the game. And yeah, so this is the combo where you can play through Token Collector. So let's say you just start comboing and your opponent throws Token Collector at you. So example right here where you activate Taya A and you get Token Collector, and Tire A only says you cannot summon if you have a token. So when token collector is summoned, you won't have a token. So now you can use talents and steal the collector and go into Baguska and use its effect to stall for a turn. And then after that, you can, in the following turn, you can go into Zeus and wipe the board, and then you can start comboing again and set up a multiple negate board. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.